and that has allowed Iceman to do some absolutely insane things. Like he's frozen over hell before, literally caused hell to freeze.
All
Or
right,
there was a
nah.
time where Iceman tapped into
Iceman wins, nigga. I don't give a fuck about a supernova being as hot as the sun, whatever the fuck, nigga. He froze hell. Nigga, that's eternal burning.
more power.
I'm fucking up good. Yeah, I hit the is up. Now I'm taking off. I'm taking off. Yeah, I came from the bottom, I went to the top. Now I'm taking off. I'm taking off. I'm taking off. I'm taking off. I'm taking off.
Human Torch versus Iceman. Predicts. I think, honestly, bruh, Iceman wins, right? Iceman wins. I'm gonna just go
Versus
with
Iceman. Two of Marvel's most iconic heroes. One burns like a star, the other freezes reality itself. But Human Torch versus Iceman isn't just fire versus ice. It's raw cosmic power versus Omega level potential. Today, we're breaking down who really comes out on top when these forces collide. The youngest member of the Fantastic Four and younger brother to the Invisible Woman, Johnny Storm got his powers during a mission that changed everything. He was just a teenager when he joined his sister, Reed Richards and Ben Grimm, on an experimental rocket flight. After the ship was bombarded by cosmic radiation, Johnny discovered that he could envelop his entire body in flames and control them at will. In honor of the World War II android hero, he took on the name Human Torch, and ever since, he's been lighting up the Marvel Universe. Now, Johnny has definitely earned a reputation as a bit of a hothead, but also a genuine powerhouse. He's not just the comic relief of the team, he's widely recognized as the second most powerful member of the Fantastic Four. While it might look like all he can do is set things on fire, that seriously undersells what he's capable of.
I'm gonna be honest.
Because yeah, technically,
I'm gonna be honest with you. I just think both these niggas do ice and fire. So if he about to put me on some new shit, please do. Thank you.
he does just make fire. But it's the kind of fire that can melt planets and mimic supernovas. Human Torch has stated that his Nova Flame is hot enough to destroy moons or even incinerate entire continents. And it's not just talk.
When you save with
All right.
teachers,
I ain't
you
gonna lie,
make
I
smart
believe that
financial
one,
decisions.
nigga.
And when you make smart financial decisions,
get hot
you
as
can
the
retire
sun,
earlier.
bitch. You can
And when you
damn
retire earlier,
burn anything.
He's used this power to burn Namor, knock around the Hulk and Silver Surfer, even destroy Dr. Doom's force fields. He's blown apart mountains, reduced city-sized asteroids to rubble, and in one case, he literally set a planet on fire. Johnny's raw, destructive power is just absolutely insane. But what makes him even more impressive is the amount of control he has over that power. Johnny can choose exactly what he wants to burn and how much, like singeing the hair off
First of all,
someone's
somebody
body.
tell me when the fuck this nigga played Mr.
He
Fantastic.
has over that power.
Played Johnny from Fantastic Four.
Johnny can choose exactly
When the fuck did he get this role, bruh? Do they just be giving these niggas anything at this point? This nigga done play. This nigga Michael B. Jordan done played every fucking thing at this point. This Michael B. Jordan ain't tripping. Done played
what
everything
he
at this
wants
fucking
to
point,
burn
bruh.
and how much, like singeing the hair off someone's body without actually hurting them. His precision is surgical. He's not just blasting flames either. He's creating constructs, fire-based duplicates of himself, even shaping flames into solid forms. And of course, his flames also allow him to fly, and not just float around, but dodge bullets, lasers, and even attacks from Heralds of Galactus, all while moving at supersonic speed. On top of that, Johnny can amp his physical strength using the excess heat generated by his own body, effectively doubling his power in close combat. But even more impressive is his durability. He's tanked energy blasts from Annihilus, taken hits from Namor, and even gone toe-to-toe with Gladiator. a being who's thrown down with the likes of Thor. Johnny Storm is way tougher than people give him credit for. But the most dangerous version of Human Torch is when he goes Nova, when he stops holding back and unleashes his full potential. In this state, Johnny becomes a walking supernova. His flames become so intense, they threaten entire planets. He once held off the entire Annihilation Wave by himself, going full Nova to stand down a galactic threat. He's taken down Heralds of Galactus in one-on-one fights, defeated Ultron, a threat to the entire Avengers team, with a single Nova blast, and proved that when he's all in, he can hang with some of the biggest threats in the Marvel Universe. Iceman is Robert Bobby Drake, one of the original members of the X-Men. He joined the X-Men when he was only 15 years old. He's been on countless adventures with different X-Men teams over the decades. Iceman has always been a bit less mature than his teammates, and his mentality has often limited him from using his powers to their fullest potential. More recently though, he's taken significant steps towards accepting himself, both as an Omega level mutant and one of the most powerful X-Men alive. Iceman has the powers of pyrokinesis, or the ability to control ice, snow, and temperatures. Technically, Iceman has the ability to control molecules and lower their temperature, with this often looking like controlling and manipulating ice, freezing the area, or altering and controlling his own body. Iceman is able to physically amp himself with his ice, making him superhumanly strong, fast, and tough. But this really isn't how he prefers to fight. He's so powerful that he's almost just beyond simply getting into a fist fight. But Iceman can still do some crazy stuff with his body, like transforming into a giant, or growing ice wings, or ice spikes, or basically any weapon or construct that he wants, completely warping his body at will. He's also able to instantly repair any damage that he takes, because his body is just water and ice, so he can just reform himself out of any of the water molecules that surround him, even drawing that water out of his opponent's body. Basically, there have been several times where Iceman has been vaporized or completely destroyed and disintegrated, only to reform, build himself a new ice body just a few moments later. He's able to launch out ice
Say that one more time.
destroy. Have been several times where Iceman has been vaporized or completely destroyed and disintegrated, only to reform, build himself a new ice body just a few moments later. He's able to launch out ice blasts, powerful enough to knock around the Juggernaut or even Phoenix Force Cyclops, as well as trap super strong characters like Hulk or the Thing completely in ice. His ice is powerful enough to threaten Thor in fights. He's actually overpowered Thor before as many frost giants that Thor has battled against. Well, Iceman actually scares him, with Thor believing that Iceman represents the great winter that precedes Ragnarok. He's able to create some seriously powerful ice shields, straight up shielding from nukes before. And Iceman can do all of this lightning fast, instantly freezing people before they even realize what's happening, or covering an entire city in ice at a moment's notice. And Iceman isn't just simply shooting out ice blast or freezing things over. He's also able to create essentially a limitless variety of different ice constructs too, with it usually looking like creating a whole bunch of ice slides, shields, different weapons, things like that.
Like he doesn't touch.
But really, the sky's the
Supernova.
limit for Iceman. Like he can create essentially a small army out of himself, a whole bunch of ice clones that he can send out to just overwhelm opponents, even up to Hulks. Or Iceman can really go big with it too, creating massive ice monsters and giants in order to go out there and just completely smash some opponents. But Iceman doesn't just have powers over ice, he's got powers over cold. He can absorb heat, manipulate cold, and that actually makes Iceman seriously, seriously powerful. He can lower temperatures down to absolute zero, bringing Juggernaut down to completely absolute zero, or even freezing the speed of light and robbing Juggernaut of his momentum, knocking him away with a punch. He's also done things like freeze an entire celestial ship, completely stopped it from working, or froze Legion down to the molecular level, another Omega level mutant. And that's the thing, Iceman is an Omega level mutant, meaning that Bobby has no upper limit to its powers and literally has infinite potential when it comes to ice and cold manipulation. And that has allowed Iceman to do some absolutely insane things. Like he's frozen over hell before, literally caused hell to freeze. Or
Alright,
there was
nah.
a time where Iceman tapped into
Iceman wins, nigga. I don't give a fuck about a supernova being as hot as the sun, whatever the fuck, nigga. He froze hell. Nigga, that's eternal burning.
more power
What?
than he ever had before, and froze a fragment of the Black Winter, a multiversal cosmic being who is Galactus's boss. That's how great Iceman is. He's one of the most powerful mutants who's ever walked the face of the Earth. So, who wins? Well, let's break it down. Now, this is just such a good fight, because not only is it two classic and powerful heroes, but it's literally ice versus fire. And these two guys really do embody the very concepts of ice and fire. The Human Torch with his cosmic flames is insanely powerful, especially when he lets loose and starts going all out. And that's a pretty important distinction because Johnny is incredibly careful to constantly hold his flames in check and not go all out in fear of burning everything around him, including the people that he's fighting against. So the idea of Human Torch finally going all out, well, he said before, he can literally blast apart a small moon with his flames. And it's not even just Johnny who says that. Dr. Doom and Mr. Fantastic have both noted something similar. When Human Torch started to let loose against Galactus, Galactus was actually impressed and realized that Johnny was more powerful than he had given him credit for. At his best, Human Torch is just straight up a living star. He's the sun. He's a world ender and someone who can stand up to cosmic level threats. So much more than just a guy who throws fireballs around. And better yet, Human Torch and Iceman have actually battled against each other before in the past, and Human Torch has been able to melt through Iceman's ice and his constructs, and actually burn Bobby himself. And Johnny has gotten so much more powerful since that moment.
I lost.
But Iceman has gotten pretty dang powerful since that moment too. I mean, this was even before he was aware of the fact that he was an Omega level mutant. Because Iceman is just insanely powerful. He isn't just about ice, he actually controls heat and cold the same way that Magneto controls magnetism. He could freeze the entire planet in an instant if he wanted to. And even more so, like we saw, Iceman is able to freeze hell over and turn it into a winter wonderland. For just as powerful as Human Torch is with heat, Iceman is just as powerful with the cold. But it goes so much deeper with Iceman. He isn't just manipulating ice and cold, he isn't just cooling things down and causing them to freeze, he is literally causing atoms to stop moving. That's why he's able to get things down to absolute zero in an instant. He just stops the atoms from moving and brings them to an absolute stop.
And that's what makes fucking ice, nigga. Atoms not moving. Solid. He's creating solids, basically.
He's able to do things like freeze the speed of light, freeze time itself, or even straight up freeze cosmic beings like the Black Winter. Iceman also has a whole lot more versatility than Human Torch. He really does. Like, Johnny can create constructs out of fire, and he's got some cool abilities with his heat. But everything Human Torch can do in that area, Iceman can do so much more. Creating all the same constructs, but also creating armies of himself, growing massive in size, and even other crazy stuff like teleporting all over the world through water molecules. It's also very nearly impossible to put Iceman down, simply for the fact that he can almost instantly reform himself out of any water molecules around him, even the water molecules inside of Johnny himself. It would require Human Torch to literally burn up all the water in the entire world and then some to stop Iceman from regenerating.
I did say it.
It also really seals the deal that Iceman can manipulate Human Torch directly, because for as hot as Johnny can burn, Bobby can bypass all of it by just directly bringing his atoms to a stop and causing him to freeze over. Johnny's been able to heat his way up from near absolute zero before, but this is just going to be really, really hard to do when trying to go up against Iceman at full force. Right. For as powerful as Human Torch is...
That's all we needed to hear, nigga. Iceman with the W, nigga. Yes, see. Thank you.
I'm smoking okay. Yeah, I hit the is up. Now I'm taking off. I'm taking off. Yeah, I came from the bottom, I went to the top. Now I'm taking off. I'm taking off.